Good evening and welcome to Friday Music Random Vinyl. Say hello to my wonderful wife, Karen.
Hi.
We're going to dive into the vaults and see what's in the walls. Let's begin tonight. This is an easy one for me because it's one of my favorite groups, Procol Harum. This is a unique release. This came out, my friend Ray Unks got this for me for Christmas in 71 or 72. Jeez, so many years ago. Anyway, this is the first album in America. It was called this Procol Harum, and it had Whiter Shaded Pale on it. But they went back and found another track that wasn't on the original Durham release called Good Captain Clack, and they include that on the album. Plus, they separated some tracks. They re-enhanced it. People will still go back to the original Durham, as would I. I thought it was the better mix. However, there's something unique about this, too. And it was on the heels of Conquistador being a hit from the live album. It came out right after that. But I got this autographed by 4 of the guys. 2 are still remaining with us, but it's Gary Brooker, Keith Reed, Matthew Fisher, Robin Trower. That's what makes it special for me. What a great album, song for song. Whiter Shade of Pale, obviously. Outside the Gates of Surtees, Something Following Me, Mabel, Christmas Camel, great song. Used to hear this album quite a bit. Played in Philadelphia where I grew up. WMMR, Ed Shockey be playing it. Michael Tierson be playing it. Luke O'Reilly would be playing it. And it was just one of those albums that was like forever a perennial in the archives over there at WMMR. And you would hear pretty much most of the album back in the underground, quote-unquote, radio days. Anyway, Procol Harum, a Whiter Shaded Pale A&M re-release from 1972. If you could find one, get one. It's a cool album. There's a bonus track, Good Captain Clack, which was the B-side of Hamburg, which was their second single, which is not included on this album. So you have to go get more of their music. You're not going to get hurt. It's the best, one of the best groups of all time. Procol Harum. Next. Oh, well, this is a heavy-duty one. Okay. Led Zeppelin. This is super rare. I used to work at this One Stop, a big record warehouse that services all the record stores around the country back in the 70s. There's only a few of them left. Well, and I was like a returns authorization manager, took back all the defective records and tapes. Plus, I was also the import buyer. But I also would get dibs on promos, radio station copies, and now and then you'd find some really, really rare ones. This is Stairway to Heaven album, obviously. Black Dog, Rock and Roll, all the great songs on here. This is super rare. Original white label stereo promo. I don't even know what this would fetch, and I wouldn't sell it. Funny stories about Led Zeppelin over the years, hanging with all the guys, except I never met John Bonham, unfortunately. But different times, different occasions. Robert Plant specifically, I was asked if I could help out with a couple shows, and we did a show at the Tower in Philly. And he and I got along so well. We were backstage talking before the show, but I brought him a bunch of blues albums and things because I knew he was into. He's a total roots guy, even today. I mean, that's what he's all about. And I brought some Muddy Waters and Willie Dixon and things like that. And he was just overjoyed. Great guy. And he wound up autographing a bunch of Zeppelin albums for me. I didn't bring that because I didn't want to break it or lose it or get it stolen backstage or anything. But one of the nicest guys I've ever known. He's really a cool dude. He's on tour if you get to see him. He's got a great new album on None Such. He puts out some great albums, and he's really revisiting this whole Americana roots thing, the blues, the country, the bluegrass thing. And he doesn't miss a beat. He'll go out and throw some Zeppelin tracks in there. He was doing this earlier with Alison Krauss, obviously. But Robert Plant's fantastic. Jimmy Page, I met him at Live Aid. What an artist. I mean, where are you going to find a better guitar player than him and Clapton and Jeff Beck? It was that whole Yardbirds thing. Wonderful producer, songwriter, player, illustrator, record archivist. One of the founding fathers of British blues, brought it out. But he played on so many other people's records, and I think you know the history. He's had so many, his footprint is everywhere on so many records that we've all listened to, so many groups, different labels, before he was even a Led Zeppelin guy. Anyway, and plus the stuff with the Yardbirds. But Jimmy Page, what a great artist. And John Paul Jones, once he did a tour, and I met him backstage. I forget who we had opening. I think I was with King Crimson. Gene autographed a bunch of Zeppelin things for me. What another talented fella. I mean, again, him and Page were on so many records. Session musicians before becoming Led Zeppelin. Anyway, and that's that wonderful movie, Becoming Led Zeppelin, you need to check out. Next! This is a fairly obscure album by Harry Chapin. We all knew Taxi. I actually put the Taxi album out a couple years ago. This is a radio station version. It's one of those wonderful radio station promos I got as a kid. of an album called Short Stories. And he had a semi-hit single called WOLD, which is like old, radio jock, being too old, playing, AC music and easy listening, playing rock, playing oldies. It's a very sad story, but he told nothing but sad stories, this guy. We lost him so soon, really devastating. I saw him play the Temple Ambler Music Fest that they used to have back in the early 80s and 70s. I saw him play it, and he died, I think, like weeks later in a terrible car crash in New York. But the music is still with us, and this is a really great album. Harry was one of the first humanitarians in rock and roll that would donate like portions of his make for the night, to homeless people. He'd meet with people before and after shows. If you brought cans of food in to donate to like local shelters, he would meet you, autograph, take pictures. He would spend hours with people, this guy. Almost think he had a premonition he wasn't going to be around that long because he had so much work to do. He made a lot of albums, a lot of really big selling albums. And we lost him too soon. What a great guy. WLD, Short Stories, Mr. Tanner. Just really great tracks here. And I suggest if you don't have Taxi, that's the one album you want to start with. This is a great follow-up. WOLD, Harry Chapin, Short Stories. Next. Soon to be on Friday Music, Mr. Rod Stewart. This is Night on the Town. Yeah, I love this album. There's something mystique about this album. It's just great cover, right? It had 3 hit singles: The Killing of Georgie, obviously Tonight's the Night, one of the sultriest Sam Cooke kind of sing-along songs, featuring the great Britt Ekland throughout, And then, of course, a great Cat Stevens cover. I love them both, but I think hands down he wins it with First Cut is the Deepest. Pretty Flamingo by Manfred Mann. Trade Winds, one song after another. Just one, Fool for You. But what a great album. The old Palm Tree label. Right, Nate? If I was going to buy a Rod Stewart album and tell you which one to get, it's Every Picture Tells a Story, This, Never a Dull Moment, Vagabond Heart is another great one, which we're going to be putting out really soon, and that's another upcoming video. He's never made a bad album. All his albums are great. With Rod Stewart, A Night on the Town, pick it up. It's obviously one of his greatest albums. Anyway, I want to thank you for tonight. We had a blast talking about some of these great albums from the past, and hope to see you soon on the next video. And in the meantime, have a great night, and isn't she the greatest?